Yeah, do both of them.
Oh, you bastard. These are the blackberries we picked earlier. They've been soaking overnight in some salted water. The salted water kills any creepy crawlies, any maggots or whatever. Makes them nice and clean and edible. You've still got to make sure there's no little pieces of leaf and little pieces of twig in there. They look pretty good. Give them a nice light rinse in some clean water. Any bad ones simply discard the other one. Little bits of grass, we don't want them. Right, so we've got some nice clean blackberries ready to cook. I've got the Harrison lathe set up here to do a very specific job. As you can see, I've got a 13mm spade drill and I've put a bit of 19mm key steel in just to act as a rest. I've also got my favourite scraping tool, which hopefully it'll work like a gouge chisel for cutting wood. What I'm actually going to be doing is peeling these Bramley apples. I'm going to use the 13mm spade drill as a driving dog, and I'm also going to put a tailstock centre in just to make sure it can't escape. Once again, as far as speeds and feeds go with apples, I'm not too sure. I found a little bit out about turnips and potatoes, but as far as the apples go, it's really just trial and error. Right, that's snugged up quite nicely between centres there. It's not running through, but there again, you wouldn't expect an apple to run through. I've got a protector on the lathe bed because I know that the apple juice can be acidic, especially cooking apples. I'll start the lathe up and have a bit of experiment to see what sort of feeds I need to achieve a nice clean cut. I've got the lathe running at 640. We'll give it a little try. And that wasn't very successful at all. Right, I've got a 3/4 inch drill in, that should definitely get a better hold. It seems to run a lot througher. I don't know if it needs to go faster or not. I'll try speed it up one gear. Right, that's now running at 640 RPM. And it does seem to be doing a better job, absolutely. So the speed is really critical when it comes to peeling apples. I wouldn't like to run it much faster than that. As you can see, it's completely self-lubricating. No need at all for any extra lubricant. We're getting right into the corner, so we're not really wasting any. Excellent. Now that the apple's been peeled, we need to take the core out of it. I've got a 15/16 drill here. I'm just going to feed it in freehand. I have backed the drill off the same way you do when you're using the drill to cut brass, so it shouldn't dig in. I'm going to very, very carefully feed it in by hand. You can see I've got no rings or jewellery on. And hopefully this should take the core out of the apple. Certainly seems to be doing the job. That's it. So that's one apple nicely peeled and decored, ready to go into the apple in Baackberry Pie. This is the apple we've just skinned and doused, or skinned and cored. Obviously I've washed it just to make sure there's no traces of swarf anywhere. This goes into a medium-sized saucepan. Into the pan we'll add 1 tablespoonful of water, that's all, and 3 tablespoonfuls of sugar, because these apples are quite bitter. What we're trying to create is a syrup. This goes on to a very low heat. I've got a block of short crust pastry here to use for the pie base and the pie top. Some people think it's cheating buying ready-made pastry. Personally I don't. And a bricklayer doesn't mix his own mortar, does he? I don't make my own steel. Right, so basically we need 2/3 of this for the base and 1/3 for the top. So probably that bit for the top and this bit for the base. I've got a nicely floured, some flour on the board just to stop it sticking, kind of like parting dust if you're doing a casting. Right, we need to roll this out into a, it's basically a circle. The tin we're going to be using, it starts to stick, just a little bit more, just some a little bit more flour. Don't worry about the mess because Debs will clean that up when she comes in from work. We're getting there. This is the pie dish we're going to use. Need to be a little bit bigger. You better have used a square pie dish. Right, so probably the best way to do this will be like that. At least for me anyway. Right, we'll tuck it into the corner. Right, the dish has been very lightly greased, not with grease but with some animal product that's tasty but not very good for you. Right, simply trim the excess off. Right, the excess can be used to cover up the little bits where it's gone a little bit thin, a bit there, a little bit there. Need a little patch on the side here. Right, that's reasonable. So now we've got the spare bit and what was left to use for the lid. Right, the apple's done now, it's gone soft. Not falling to bits, but nice and soft. Into that we're going to put some blackberries. Probably half of these and keep some for a crumble for later. That should do. We're just going to let these warm up with the apple. Mix them in. Right, now it's time to roll out the lid for the crust. So all the bits are all glued together. The black bit there, I don't know what that is. That'll probably be big enough. I'm going to trim the edges off, and I can use the bits of trimmings I'll be able to utilise to decorate the top. Right, this is all suitably warmed up now. You can see the nice sugary syrup in the bottom. You can transfer this into the pie dish. Could be slightly down on filling. I could have possibly done with a little bit more, but I think it'll be all right. Small amount of water around the edge, just so the lid and the base form a good seal. Like that. Right, now we'll put the top on, or the lid on, like that. It's important that you crimp the edge down like that to make sure it forms a good seal. All the way around. It's a bit like making a gasket. You just kind of trim it off. Normally you'd use a hammer to tap it, but we're just going to use a knife. Okay, right, so we've got a decent amount of pastry left. So what I intend to do, I'm going to cut it into strips and decorate the top of the pie. Not in any particular pattern, just whatever I fancy. I'm just going to brush the top of the pie with a little bit of milk. You could use egg, but milk will do the job. All it does, it helps the pastry to become nice and golden brown. Next thing is to put some vent holes in. Like 3 should be enough. This is going to go into the top shelf of an oven which has been preheated to 190 degrees C. It'll probably take 25 to 30 minutes to cook. It's important that you put the pie onto a tray, because it's bound to spill some juices out, and Deb does not like clean the oven when I'm finished using it. It's one thing I did forget to do, which I can do now, and that's just to put a little bit of sugar on the top of it. Just a sprinkling. Come on, you bastard. Like that. This pie's now had 25 minutes. It certainly smells cooked. It's time to take it out and have a look. That definitely looks cooked to me. Well, that certainly looks the part. I'm going to have a little taste, not much because I'm going to be getting my tea later on, but I've just got to try it. See how all the scrap pieces of pastry have cooked nicely. This is actually better when it's cool. You can get it out of the tray a lot easier when it's cool. But saying that, it's come out not too bad. This could be served with custard, but I'm going to have mine with just a little bit of ice cream. just like that. Once again, it just remains to say, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and bon appetit, bonjour. This is superb.